Hello, beautiful recording of our podcast. I want to talk specifically about why the level of your beauty will not affect the level of your happiness, because it is always from within. So let's talk about this. I hear this often, and a lot of times it is happening in the younger conversations. Younger women are so obsessed with their body image, with how they look. A lot of them probably not married, and so they're looking for their life partner, and they're trying to make themselves a best version of who they are on the outside. And the reason why and actually, you know what, I used to be that person, and I was really worried that if I am not pretty, but I never put that much attention to it back then. Versus so many women really connect that their life is going to change when they have this body size, this body shape, this kind of like breasts, implants, and, and that kind of level of fillers, right? That's why we are seeing cosmetic surgeries are like across the board, and women do connect their level of well-being to cosmetic procedures that they're doing. Now, I have nothing bad to say about cosmetic procedures as long as it's within a reason. We see a lot of botched cosmetic procedures or plastic surgeries, and now you always, first of all, want to make sure that you have a proper doctor who has a proven record of clients and really good record of success with the procedures, and usually those will charge more money. If you're going for the cheapest one, you might not find what you're looking for. So watch out for that. I have nothing wrong with women wanting to improve how they look. In fact, we are blessed now with what's available to feel better about ourselves, right? So I too like to have cosmetic procedures, and I too feel better about myself when I do them, right? So I'm not saying that this will not give you some level of satisfaction. I'm saying that you don't want to put your entire meaning of happiness into this, right? So, and then there's also women who are obsessed about it, and they keep changing their bodies to the point where they actually look worse now than they used to look before any surgeries that they had. You can see it all over the news that women are unhealthily obsessed about plastic surgeries, and they looked amazing in the beginning. They looked very cute and pretty, and then they went through all these procedures and did these insane size lips and squished their eyes really, like, whatever you see, those botched cosmetic procedures, and you can tell, like, oh my God, she like literally has not done herself a favor. But if that makes her happy, we can leave her alone. It's her life choices. That's fine. So I have nothing bad to say about availability of cosmetic procedures, as long as they done in a healthy way, and as long as they done in a way that does not make you look crazy or obsessed, right? Like, as long as you're not obsessing over that. But we are seeing a problem when you're putting a lot of meaning into this to the point where this is the meaning of your life. That's a problem, and you are unhealthily obsessed about this, and that's not okay, right? And so your happiness will never come from modifying how you look, because it always comes from the inside, from being comfortable with who you are as a person, with how you live your life. And your satisfaction comes comes from being spiritually connected to the source. Your satisfaction comes from being emotionally mature to handle the emotions, to face the emotions, not numb the emotions, right? And a lot of people who are unhealthily obsessed about their looks are usually struggling with something deeper and with some kind of emptiness on the inside because they don't know any better. They think that when they look good or lose that weight, they're gonna be happy or find that prince charming or whatever else. And then they get there and it's not happening and they're still unhappy and the addiction circle moves on and continues, right? And so that is what I'm talking about. You always want to fulfill yourself on the inside before you go and get that cosmetic procedure done, right? Like you want to make sure that you are coming from a healthy place to do this versus unhealthy, obsessed place that if I get this done, my life's gonna improve 100% and all of my dreams gonna come true simply because I have my boobs implants inserted into me. And then 10 years later, you develop, some kind of like, not even 10 years, like a lot of women develop breast implant illness and their body rejects the implant. So do your research, be mindful about that. Don't just do things because other people do it. Just research what's good for your body too. Really important. Really, really important, right? So with that being said, a lot of women are seeking to find that inner peace, inner happiness through the outside, and that's never a path, right? The path is always to find happiness within, and then if you want to improve, you look great. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's never going to bring you the happiness that you're seeking because happiness only comes from becoming at peace with who you are, becoming really at peace with your life, learning how to process your emotions, learning to face those emotions, because if you shove them down, it comes back as anxiety and it's in your subconscious and you don't even know why you're so anxious all the time and you're not feeling at peace with yourself at all. Right? So it is really developing that spiritual practice. That's how you're going to find that peace, that happiness, and learning to forgive people, learning to overcome and go through situations and heal through situations as they coming up, and they will be coming up because you are a human being on a journey to learn who you are in this lifetime, and those situations will keep coming up to you because you came to experience them, you came to experience contrast and learn your lesson and overcome them, right? So they will continue coming up, and whether you have big boobs or not, it's not gonna matter because you're still gonna have those lessons and you're still gonna have to face. So it's really comes down to being emotionally mature and having the tools to process our feelings and deal with hard emotions that come up, right? And heal them. And the problem is they don't teach you that at school. Parents don't talk about that. You are left on your own to figure it all out. Nobody is teaching you that stuff unless you somehow stumbled upon spiritual journey and started following the right spiritual teachers, because there's a lot of wrong spiritual teachers too, right? And you're like left alone to figure it all out on your own, because that is the important stuff that nobody talks about. That is what makes you happy, not how you look on the outside. How you look on the outside will not change the outcome of your life. In fact, you're gonna start, if you're putting so much attention to how you look, you're gonna start attracting the wrong people, the people who are just into your looks and they don't contribute to the emptiness or don't fill you up. And that's just an empty connection, and it does not bring happiness to any party involved, right? So the point of this podcast and the main thought of this is you have to learn how to deal and process your own feelings yourself and find peace with yourself first before you do any improvements on the outside. But if you are seeking for solutions to be found on the outside to make you happy, that's the wrong path altogether, and it will not work. It will not work. It will not bring you the happiness you're truly seeking. Start asking yourself questions. Why do you want to have that plastic surgery done? What's coming up for you? Why? Oh, I'm going to have amazing life because I'm going to have my boob implants inserted. I'm going to find the guy of my dreams who's going to love me for my soul because I have boob implants inserted. Like, do you hear yourself? Like, hello, reality check. So, with that being said, ask why to everything that you want. Sit down, get quiet with yourself, and ask, why do I want this procedure done? What is it going to do for you? Is it really what I'm seeking? No, it's not. What is it that I'm seeking? I'm seeking happiness. I'm seeking a person who's going to love me for that. And in your mind created this solution that if I have this size boobs, I'm going to have this guy. But no, you're not going to have the guy. You're only going to have a guy who likes your boobs. But he doesn't care for your inner happiness, right? So it's never gonna come to you through outside modifications. It's only gonna come to you through first learning to love you, the inner you, and then the outside you too, but the inner you first. And a lot of us struggling loving that inner ourselves. And that's why we're struggling to attract those people who love us for us, right? And so then our brain creates these solutions. Oh, if only I had this thin waist or this big butt or this and that and that. And your brain comes up with these solutions that are not even in touch with reality. And that's not, and the reason why your brain does come, that's all you know. That's all you've heard because that's all over media. That's all over Instagram. Those are the solutions that everyone offers and presents them as this is your fix-all, find your happiness solutions, and they're not. The only solution to you not being in love with yourself is because you don't have your inner peace. You're not connected to yourself authentically and really learning who you are by spending time alone with you will reveal to you what your true desires are, what you really want, where you are struggling emotionally, and what life lessons and life traumas you are learning to heal. And that comes from inner work, not the outer work.